Uh, so I think we're on Ayin Beis Amud Aleph, about 10 lines from the bottom. We were talking about the Machlokes Rava and Rav. Rav had said that if someone was coming in a tunnel, and he didn't. The Mishnah had said that if he breaks kalim, he's potter for paying back the kalim because it's kamle b'derabine, since he's basically mechuyev misa, since his life is forfeit, the homeowner can kill him. So when he steals something at the same time, if he breaks something at the same time, he doesn't have to pay it back. Rav said not only if he breaks something, even if he takes something, it now belongs to him. He's kainet as a ganaf. It belongs to him, and there's no chiyuv for him to pay it back. Rava says, "What are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense." This just like you find that if someone who borrows something, or someone who's a shimer and he watches something, and it breaks, even if it's an einus, he still has to pay. It doesn't. The fact that he has to pay back doesn't mean that he owns it. Okay. Moser Rabbi Bar Abai, a goyin of kis b'Shabbos chayiv. Someone who steals a purse on Shabbos chayiv, he has to pay it back. Because the stealing of the purse happens when he picks it up inside the victim's rishus. So before he was mechuyev for Shabbos, he was already mechuyev for gneva. So there's no kamle b'derabine. They didn't happen at the same time. The Shabbos first happens when he leaves the person's property and he carries it outside. But if the thief, rather than picking it up inside, he drags it outside. So first of all, he wasn't kainet with his own by picking it up with hagbah, and there was no chiyuv Shabbos until it came outside, until it went to the Shusarabim. And the Gemara over there explains, it's talking about a case where he brought it over the Shusarabim, and at the moment that it left the Shusarabim into Shusarabim, it fell into the ganav's hands. He pushed it into his own hand. So the chiyuv of Shabbos happened when it passes over from Rosh Hashanah to Shusarabim, and that's the same time in which he's going of it. So you say, but you see from this that this is in spite of the fact that the thing is still around. So why don't we say, even though he stole it at that time, but he still has to return it according to Rava, he says that you always have to return it because it belongs to the original owner. It doesn't make a difference that you're a ganef. So this is a raya like Rav, that it belongs to the person, that there's no chiyuv. He's part. It says he's part doesn't have to return it.
Talk about when he was Machal Shabbos b'Hasra.
I don't know. I don't know that it makes a difference. I don't know if he has to be mechuyev Shabbos, that he has to get killed for it. Could be just when he's over on Chiyav Shabbos, even without Hasra. Hasra is going to be what punishment he gets. I don't think the Kimle B'deramin is dependent on the punishment. It's dependent on the action.
Because he's Chayav Chorus for being Machal Shabbos?
Chayav Skila for being Machal Shabbos.
Skila, right. But if there's no Hasra, he's not getting Skila.
Right. Then he gets Chorus or if it's... I don't know. I don't know what the limits of Kamel Ramin, if it has to be a Mazid, or it could even be a Shaygig, or it could be where there's no Asra. Like we've seen that it's not necessarily tied to the punishment. It's not that once you're getting this bigger punishment, you don't get the lighter punishment. It's if you do this greater action, this more culpable action, then there's no you don't have to pay for the smaller action. I don't think it's that the punishment subsumes the bigger punishment subsumes the greater punishment, but more the greater Aveira takes away the lighter Aveira, and therefore you don't have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Hilchos of the Sheninu Benara. Gemara says no, it's not a riot from there. It could be talking about where when he took it over as soon as he took it into his hand, he threw it into the nar. He got rid of the Aveda of the stolen object, so it's not around anymore. So then, in that case, that even Rava is maskim that you'd say kam le'v'deramini. His only time is if it's still around, then it still belongs to the original owner. But then it becomes like the case of our Mishnah of Hezek, where he destroyed it, so then he doesn't have to pay. Rava ignivule that dichri b'machtaras adrinu nelei v'lo kablinu. I don't know if we saw this already last time. Rava had stolen from him some goats in a tunnel, and Rava holds that as long as they're kayam, you have to return them. So the Ganav brought it back. Then v'lo kablinu, he said, I'm not going to take it. I'm a hayel enough in mipuma de Rav. Since Rav paskins the other way, I'm not going to take it upon myself to take this thing. It's not Rav is the Gadol Adar, and I'm going to follow his psak, even though I disagree. Tana Rabban, ein loy domim im zorcha hashemesh olav. We learned in a brisa that the pasuk says, is the pasuk in Machteres Motzei Ganef, if the Ganef is found in a tunnel, uhuka, umeis, and he gets killed, the Ganef gets killed, ein loy domim. He has no damim. There's no recourse. The person who killed him is not chayiv. Im zorcha hashemesh olav, but if the sun shines on him, damim loy. Then there are damim. Shalom yishalom. Then he has to pay for what damage he did. Ein loy im ein loy v'nimker nevusa. If he doesn't have what to pay back, he has to be sold. But the second part of the pasuk is a little bit difficult, and the Gemara is going to explain what the meaning of this hemshech of the pasuk is. Tarabon ein loy damim im zarcha hashemes. First we darshan the first pasuk, the end of the first pasuk, together with the first words of the second pasuk. So he said that would said ein loy damim, that if the ganef gets killed, there's no punishment for the homeowner who killed him, and we darshan it together im zarcha hashemesh, if the sun was shining. What does it mean if the sun shined on him? It's shining on the whole world. You can only kill him if the matter is clear to you that he's going to kill you. If it's somebody that you know for sure that he's not going to be. Hold on a second. It's only if it's clear to you, like the sun is shining, that this person is going to kill you in the tunnel, then ein lo damim, then you know there's no consequences for the homeowner for killing him. But if you have any doubt that he might possibly not kill you, then you can't go ahead and kill him. Tanya, we have another brayso. They darshan the whole second pasuk together. Instead of saying the last words of the first pasuk, ein loy damim zorcha hashemesh, we darshan im zorcha hashemesh olav damim loy. It's only if you're 100% clear that he's not going to do anything to you, then you can't kill him. But if you're mesupik and you're worried that the burglar might kill you, then you can go ahead and protect yourself. Hargei. So kasha stama stama. So the two drashas in this brisa are they're contradictory. The first drasha is mashma. You have to be entirely clear that the ganef is not going to kill you in order for you to have the license to kill him first. It has to be entirely clear to the homeowner that the thief is perfectly willing to kill him. Then you have the right to kill him. The second brisa says, if you are perfectly clear that he's not going to kill you, then you're not allowed to kill him. But if you have any doubt, then you could kill him. So there's a steer of what happens in the case where you're not sure. The first brisa sounds like if you're not sure, then you can't kill him. And the second brisa says if you're not sure, you can. So kasha with base. Kan ba'av ala ben, kan beben ala. Let's talk about two separate cases. The first case where we say that you meet out of doubt, you can't kill him. You can only kill him if you're certain. That's talking about a father who's the thief going into his son's house. So a father generally is not going to harm his son. So unless the son knows that his father is a particularly bloodthirsty fellow, he's Genghis Khan, and he really doesn't kill, and he already killed his brother, who's other sons, and now you know he'll kill you also in a second. Then the son can go and kill his father. The second case is where a son is stealing from the father. A son stealing from a father, son generally is not as merachem on the father as the father is on the son. So in that case, the father, as long as he's worried that the son might kill him, the father can kill him first as the homeowner. Amar Rav, anyone who comes to meet me he lived in Florida, he was a Florida man. He said, anyone who comes to my house, I'm going to defend my castle, I'm going to shoot him dead. Except for Rav Chanina bar Shila. My timer, why did he mention Rav Chanina bar Shila? Ilay mishum de tzadiku. If he said him, I wouldn't kill because he's a tzaddik. Haka'asi b'machtarta. You say, give the example of someone who's coming in the tunnel. He's just converts to tzaddik. You're saying, if he came in the tunnel, I wouldn't kill him. Because what? Because he's a tzaddik. If you took the case you're talking about is where he's coming in the tunnel. The tzidkus is out the window. What he meant to say is, he's so close to me, I know he would never kill me, so therefore it would not be mutter for me to kill him. Even if he somehow became he was chayzer b'she'ela, like they say, still I know he wouldn't kill me, so it wouldn't be mutter for me to kill him. Tanu Rabban, damim loy, the dash from the pasuk says damim lashon rabim, that damim loy, that you're not allowed to that if a father comes into the son's house in a tunnel, the son is not allowed to kill him. He has blood. He's not mufkar. His blood is not free. We say bein mechal bein b'Shabbos. So that's whether it's during the week or on Shabbos. Ein loy damim, and we say it similarly if a son comes into his father's house, where we say that the father is allowed to kill him, and ein loy damim, his blood is free. That's bein b'chayil bein b'Shabbos. So bishlama ein loy damim, that would you say you could kill him bein b'chayil bein b'Shabbos. It's true. There's a reason why he would tell you even on Shabbos. It just was saying that the son is allowed to kill his father. I'm sorry, not his son. The father is allowed to kill his son when his son is coming in, or that's talking about really anyone who's coming in where there's no special ahava, so his blood is free. I might say that's only during the week, but on Shabbos there's no misas bezdin. So maybe the same thing with someone, he's giving his own sentence of death. That's only b'chol, but not on Shabbos. Midhava aruge bezdin. The Shabbos like kandilan. Kamashmalan the katlinan. It's coming to tell you, no, even so you could kill him. Eladamim loy bein b'chol bein b'Shabbos. But on the other side, we say you're not allowed to kill him. We say you can't kill him on chol and even on Shabbos. Haja b'chol la katlina le b'Shabbos mibaya. What's the chiddush to say you can't kill him on Shabbos? It's talking about not about the din that you could kill him, but if someone came into your house, even though it's Shabbos and a rock fell on him, you're still allowed to save him, even though this person is really mechuyev misa, and you can kill him. So you might say, "Oh, he's already basically a dead man. I had a right to kill him, and now when the rock fell on him, I have no obligation to save him." And I can't. Not only do I not have obligation, if it's Shabbos, I'm not allowed to because I'm being mechal Shabbos for a dead man. Kamash Malon, that there still is a chiyuv. You still should save him even though it's Shabbos. And this is the problem that we've been having from the beginning, right? In some ways we treat him like a dead man, right? We say that you're allowed to kill him, and not only is he he's a dead man even as far as that. If he does an aveira, there's no chiyuv. He doesn't have to pay it back. We treat him as if he's already killed. He's a gavra ketelo. We're saying he's not. You don't take it so far that there's no chiyuv to save his life. Tanarabon, v'huka b'chol adam. You should. The pasuk says, "Machteres yimatza gane v'huka umeis ein lo damim." That you should hit him, and you could kill him, and ein lo damim. So what do we learn from Vahuka? That means to tell you that it's not just the owner of the house who can kill him, but anyone else who sees him. He says, I see a burglar going in who's going to kill the guy inside, I could kill him. You kill him in any way. It doesn't have to be besayif. One might say that he's someone who's about to kill someone else, so we treat him as if he's already right to be executed, but he should only get sayif. He can only be killed by being beheaded. So bishlam of hukah b'chol adam itzrich sagim balabaisu de kimle de ein adam maimed atzmei amamayne. Maybe the heter is only for the balabayis because he has a heter, because we know it's impossible for a person to restrain himself and someone's taking his property. So Torah said you can go ahead and kill him, but other avalach maybe no one else has a heter to kill him. Kamash malon the roidefu. And the Gemara answers, it's not just that the owner is allowed to kill him under the circumstance, but he's a full-fledged roidif. And and he's a roidif. Anyone could kill someone who's being roidif, someone else to kill him. It almost is hard for us to understand what the havamin is, that someone else shouldn't be able to kill someone who's going after. What do we need a pasuk to tell you that he's a roidif? L'chayra he is, or there's a din of roidif, someone who's going to chase after someone, who's going to kill someone, you're allowed to kill him. Ba'afilu achanami. Ella umeis b'chal mishat yachal amisay lam. So that we can understand. We understand why you have to tell you that anyone could kill him. But why do you have to tell you could kill him in any way? Miritzeach nafka. You learn it out from Ritzeach. So the Gemara says we learn it out. So why is it that you could kill him in any way? We learn out from Ritzeach. The Tanya, Moish Yumas Hamaka Haritzeachu. Someone who kills someone else, he gets killed, he's a Ritzech. Ainli al Misa Amura Boy. That would only tell you that you get the Misa of a Ritzeach, which is, I think, Besayif. Menayim Shiati Yachal Amisa Misa Aksuba by Shatur Shaila Misa Bechol Misa Shati Yachal Laha Misai. How do you know you could kill him in any way that's possible? Tamalayma Moish Yumas Mikal Makan. From Moish Yumas you learn it anyway. So again, what does the pasuk have to tell you over here? You could kill him in any way. We know already, just like a Ritzayach, someone who's going to kill someone, the rule always is that you're allowed to kill him in any way. So why should it be different? So because it says over there by a Ritzayach Ma'ishuma. So that's the reason why over there the din is that it's B'chal Mishat Yachal Atzilai. So like the more of enigma minei. Why can't we learn from over there to tell you that a roidif also has the same din as a roitzeach? Right? Over there it's talking about after he kills someone, that the Bezdin can kill him in any way that's available. Let's say he ran away from Bezdin after the Gemara din, they could pour fire, they could throw a rock at him and kill him with skila. The Torah says that you kill him anyway. So, but why don't we learn out from a roitzeach to a roidif? So Mishum the Haveritzeach of Goyal Adam shniktzun abanka echad. Because Goyal Adam is a second case, that if someone killed someone with shaygig, the din is that his relatives are allowed to kill the person who killed b'shaygig. And the Torah, and we learned this a little bit earlier, that if there's no Goyal Adam, Bezdin appoints someone as a replacement for the Goyal Adam to kill him if he ever sticks his neck out of the air mikla. So you see that the Torah was mechadish that you could kill him in any way possible. That means not just with the way the Torah mandated with the Goyal Adam, with the relative, but even you can make an artificial Goyal Adam. So you see the same din, like you have by Ritzayach, that you can kill him in any way possible. You're saying the same thing by a Goyal Adam. So Shnikzun Abanka Echad, V'chol Shnikzun Abanka Echad, Ein Malam. And since it's two psukim, you can't learn out from it. So that's why we have to have a pasuk here to tell you by the Baba Machteres, by a roidif, that also you can kill him in any way. Tan Rabban, Machteres, Ainli El Machteres. That would only tell you if you find him, if he came in by a machteres, which is the most lethal way to come into a person's house. That means you're sneaking in and you're ready, you expect, you're a burglar and you expect someone to be in the house and you're ready for anything, you're ready to kill him. That's why he's Mechuyev Misa. Gage Chatzer Vakifa Minayim, which Rashi explains if he came through the roof or he came through the back door. This is a guy who was more like a little bit more of a crime of opportunity. That he saw was open and he's hoping there's nobody home. So maybe in that case, you're not chayav because we don't know for sure that he means to kill. The Torah didn't say, Torah says, in what was it? In Machteres Yimotze Haganif. It could just say in Machteres Yimotze. What does it say Haganif? We already know we're talking about Haganif. So that tells me Kol Makan. That even if it's not just Machteres, but even another way. Im Machteres. Why did the Torah specify in a tunnel? And they should Ganavim Mitzuyim b'Machteres. The reason is because my roast Ganavim come through the Machteres, so we said the typical case. Tanya Idach Machteres only a Machteres Gaga Chatzifa Kafifa Minai. And another pshat, another brisa says a different answer. So why do we have to, how do we know Gaga Chatzifa Kafifa? Tamalavi Motzei Ganaf, the same thing. So we ask the same question: why does the Torah specify Machteres if it means in any way? It's coming to tell you that when someone comes to the Machteres, you don't need to give him Asra. If you see the thief coming, you don't have to tell him, hold up there. You should just realize that the way you go into that tunnel, you're going to end up putting yourself up for murder. You can be killed because you're posing a threat. And then only after he got that, the thief had the warning, then the homeowner could shoot him. So that's what you need. So the pasuk is telling you that just his going into the Machteres, that itself is a hasra. He knows what he's in for, and there's no additional hasra needed.
If he's coming through a window, you're not allowed to kill him?
I'm sorry?
So if he's coming through a window, you wouldn't be allowed to?
That's a shaila in the Mefarshim. They actually talk about what would be the din in the other case. It's a machlokes, and some of the Rishonim say that if you go, I think it's brought in. Well, first of all, I don't know if we paskin like this, but I think that's the way it would come out, that if he's not tunneling, if he's not going through Machteres, he does need a warning. Okay.
That kind of puts the homeowner at a tremendous disadvantage.
If
he has to warn
somebody going through the window who's not.
Well, if he has to warn, I mean that kind of.
Well, I'm saying so Rashi explains this, that he's saying that like it's a different type of person. The type of person who goes through a tunnel is a professional thief. He's part of the mafia. He's coming in, he's looking for trouble. He knows there's people in, he comes in armed, and he's going to kill someone if he comes across him. So the homeowner could kill him first. But the guy who comes through the back door is more like a teen, who he sees an open door, he slips in, he doesn't have any weapons, he's not looking to get any fight, he'll probably run away if he sees someone. So Rashi explains that the circumstances are different, they're not the same person. So if a homeowner sees a kid, if he sees a 4 to 12-year-old kid who's going to take his Amazon package from the doorway, he doesn't have a right to blast him with a shotgun. Right? I mean, that you'd agree with, right? You see a guy taking the package. Shouldn't be allowed.
Well, yeah, but it's not coming into the house. It's different if it's coming into the house.
Right.
It's breaking in.
Right. But I'm saying, let's say you see a kid go like he sees an open door and he runs in to try to grab a piece of cake from the kitchen table. He's probably not looking to get into a fight. I mean, these days it's hard to imagine such a thing because anytime someone comes to the house, we're scared for our lives.
Right.
But under more normal circumstances, with more normal people, you could really be mishire. You could figure out that people are really not looking to get into physical confrontation.
I mean, also, I think they were living in a society where everybody was armed.
Equally armed, right?
Yeah.
Not very armed. Well, they were all. What could they? They were all armed with knives and swords.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not so easy to get the jump on someone and just like hack his head off with a sword. You're getting into a fight. That's not such a easy proposition.
Nice.
Yeah. Amr Rav Huna, Katan haroidif nitin latzila benafshe. A katan who's chasing after someone, you can kill him. Kasavar roivdif enitzar chasra. You see from this that he holds, not like we just said, that machterose zu asrase, that if you look at the circumstances, there's no need for asra. He holds that no, I'm sorry, yeah, he holds like the previous like the previous Gemara that you could have a hasra that if for example a katan, when you are masrim, if you tell a katan you're not allowed to do something, the rule of a hasra is that the hasra that the Torah dictates is you have to tell the guy you're not allowed to do this, and the guy says even so I'm going to do it. But a katan who says that, it's meaningless. A katan has no ability to say I'm doing it even so. He has no das to say that. So he says, a Roidif doesn't need a Hasra. Loishna Gadol, Loishna Katan. So he says, but you don't need Hasra by Roidif, so it doesn't make a difference. Even if he's a Gadol, that there's no Hasra possible, it's still okay. If a baby was being born and he was endangering the mother, the din is, this is a very famous Gemara that Rav Moshe talks about, the din of abortion. The din is, if a fetus is endangering the mother, we believe that you should abort the baby. And it means, obviously, a real physical danger. It doesn't mean that the mother's anxious that her food stamps is not going to cover all the frozen pizza she wants. It means it has to be the real. If a person is physically ill, then the din is that you're mechayev to abort the baby in order to save the mother's life. But yotzer roishai, if the baby's head already emerged, ein noigim boy, then you can't do anything. Because you can't kill one nefesh for another. Why don't we say that the baby is a roidif, and therefore you're mechayev to kill him before he kills the mother? So this is not like Rav Huna who said you can even kill a katan who's a roidif in spite of the fact that you can't give asra. So Gemara Shani Hasan the Mishamaya Karat Fila. Well, says that's not a roidif. An infant who's being born, childbirth is dangerous. So if the mother is going to die because of the childbirth, you can't say that the baby is the one who's being roidif. If the baby has no conscience, it's not trying to hurt the mother. So it's just the Rebbeinu Shalom has caused her to be put in a matzah of sakana, and the child, she could save it by killing this child, but it doesn't mean that you're allowed to do so. That would be killing someone to save you. It's not a roidif. It would be almost like if someone is, let's say someone is dying of kidney disease, and they can't get a kidney donor, and there's someone standing next to you, and you say, give me a kidney. And he says, no, if you take my kidney, it's going to kill me. He says, but you're roidif now, because you're taking, if you would give me a kidney, you would save me. So it's not that the baby over here is being roidif. The baby could save the mother with his life, but he's not being roidif. Then Messiah, I'll bring a riot to Rav Huna, that even a katan can be a roidif. Hold on a second. Sorry, a lot of messages today. Sorry. Yeah. Name say roidev shay roidev ach chaver laharge. Oimale reishi yisraelu ben brisu. A roidev that stay chasing after someone to kill him. You say to him, look, this person that you're chasing after, he's a yid and a ben bris. He's not a ma. He's not a mummer. And the Torah says if someone's going to kill someone, they're allowed to be killed. This is all what the onlooker is saying to the roidif, saying you're putting yourself up to get killed. Amra Torah hatzel dama shel zeh b'dama shel zeh. The Torah said that I can save this guy that you're chasing after with your dam. So l'chayra, you see that, and there's no requirement in this brisa that the chaser respond and say afal pikein. We say it sounds like he could go ahead and kill him even without finishing the whole hasra. L'chayra, it's a raya that just like a katan, you could kill him if he's a roidif without asra. So you see over here also you could kill without asra. So Gemara, he Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yehuda. So Gemara, no, that's a different shita. There's taka machlikas tanoim about whether you need a hasra, and this comes down to, it's a very interesting thing that I feel like I've always stated it wrong. I stated it as a conclusion. But this is really the Tanya. We'll see what the machlek is. Rabbi Yosef Yehuda, mechaber ein lo tzarach hasra. Someone who's a Talmud Chacham doesn't need hasra. You only need hasra to distinguish between someone who's a shoygig and a mezid. So Rabbi Yehuda says asra is to make sure the person is not a shoygig. So it doesn't make a difference whether he responds yes, I know, or not. He holds as long as you give asra, then he know he heard you, then he's mechuyev. The other mandama, which is the Rabban who are arguing on Rabbi Yehuda, they say it's takanas chacham. It's exeris akasav that you need hasra, and the hasra has to be that you tell him you're not allowed to do it, and the person says afal bikain, and we learn it out from psukim. So it's a very fundamental machlokes about the nature of hasra. Basically, Yehuda says hasra is just a requirement that a person has to be amazed. In order to make sure he's amazed, the only way you can do that is by giving him hasra, and him, when he hears the hasra, then we know that he knows he's not allowed to do it. But the chacham hold it's exeris akasav, and therefore it's not enough just to warn him, and it doesn't help if he's a talmid chacham. You still have to go through with the process. So according to the chachamim, ein chanami, you would need both sides. You need that he would have to answer. Tashma. Roidev shaya roidev achaver lahargai. Amal reish yisraelu ben brisu. Atar amashrev yadam adam badam yishafach. Ami yedei anishu came potter. If he says, okay, if he says, I know that this is the rule, but he doesn't say afal became. He just says, okay, I know, I hear what you're saying. That's not enough. He's potter. I'm asking you, I say chayiv. But if he says, I'm asking ani Isa, then he's chayiv. Now, l'chayra, this is not like, this is not like Rabbi Yosef Yehuda, because we're saying it's only if he says, I'm not asking Isa chayiv. It's only if he says, I'm going to do it in spite of the fact that I'm not allowed to do it. I'm still gonna. If he does that, he's going to be chayiv, and you're able to kill him. But according to Rav Huna said you could even kill a cotton. He says by a roidif you don't need hasra. So why are we requiring that the person acknowledges? It's not going like Rabbi Yosef Yehuda who says hasra is just to let the person know. We're going in the chachamim who say that you do need hasra, and we're saying a roidif also needs hasra. So the koy betray ivri dinahara. We're not talking about a hasra over here that allows the witness or the person who's being pursued to kill the pursuer, to kill the roidif. We're talking about where the people who are giving the hasra on the other side of the river, they have no ability to do anything to him. They can't kill this guy. My ika. So what are they trying to do? The beidina boy hasra. So they're saying it just because they want to give him a real hasra, so they can be punished if he kills the other person. They're not giving a hasra; they could be killed as a roidif. So they're giving hasra in case if he catches the guy and kills him. Iba Yasema, another teretz on Rav Huna. Amalek Rav Huna, another army katana de machteres the amar machterasei zu asrasei. He's going like the Manda Amar who says that the just being in the machteres is a hasra. So like we said before, that's l'chayra atana whose zicha doesn't hold like the Rabbanon that you need to make a hasra by a roidif. So he's going like that Tano that we mentioned before, who says you don't need hasra by a roidif. What time did we stop? 8:30. Let's do a little bit more. We can't fall so far behind. If anyone has to go, because hate, then I'll just keep recording. So the Mishnah. These are the people that you can, if they're being attacked or we're going to see the end of the Mishnah is going to talk about someone who's doing an avera. So these are the people that if you see them about to do these averas, you can kill them before they do it. Someone who's running after his friend to kill him, so you could kill him first. So a man who's running after another zachar to be mishkav to do his mishkav zachar, as we're going to see in the Gemara, it has to be someone's doing an avera of arayas that there's a certain bizoy in it. That is, he's degrading the person. It's degrading for the person who he's chasing after. So the zachar is going to, obviously, it's a terrible bizayon to be forced to mishkav zachar. So then you could kill the person who's doing it. And similarly for naira hameirasa, he's going after a psula who's a naira and engaged, so you're allowed to kill him. A person who's going to be born a behema, but Machal is Hashab is going to Michal Shabbos, or he's being Avedis. You can't save him by killing the perpetrator. Where do we know that if someone's going to kill someone else, that you can kill him first? You shouldn't stand by while your friend is killed. Is that what it's coming to tell you? I list him by and love. How do we know if someone is about to die that he's gonna sink in the river, or a chai is gonna kill him, or he's gonna be set upon by thieves? Where do we know that there's a chiyuv to save him? It doesn't mean to necessarily kill the other people. It means that where do we know that there's a chiyuv of atzala? Where do you know that you're chiyuv to save someone else? So how could you say that this pasuk is telling you you have a right to kill someone to save him? Maybe it's just telling you the basic din that you have a chiyuv to save someone. So where does it come from that you could save him by killing someone? As we're going to see in a minute, a naira meirasa, the Torah tells you we have a drasha to tell you that if someone's being ma'anis, a naira meirasa, you can kill the person who's trying to do it. So we learn that from that to a reitzeach, if someone's trying to kill someone. A woman who a naira meirasa, it's a terrible thing, obviously, but it's not as bad as being killed. She's still alive, and you could still kill the perpetrator, the person who's being ma'anis her, by killing him. Certainly you can save somebody by killing him. You learn out. We don't learn the general rule is we don't use a kal v'chaimer to say that you inflict a punishment on someone. Yeah, that's not. That's a general rule of pilpul of learning that we don't learn einish min adin. The Rabbi Tana hekeshu. So the Rabbi says no, it's not a kal v'chaimer. Learn it out from a hekes. This is talking about by the din of the naira meirasa. It says, "Well, naira leisasadava. You shouldn't do anything to the naira who was forced. Ein lenar chet mavis. There's no chi of mavis on her. Kikasha yakom ishalrei yiratzchay nefesh keina davar zeh. If she was forced and the man was ba on her when she's a naira meirasa, she doesn't get misa because it was against her will. Just like someone who gets killed by someone, it's not their will choice to be killed. It's not her choice for this guy to be ma'anasa. So we say, for the fact that the Torah compared her to someone who's being killed, that tells you that it's the same thing. Just like by her, you can kill the person who's doing it, the same thing if someone who's trying to kill someone else. So the pasuk says, then you're going to say you're learning that from Retzeach. The Gemara says, what do you need a pasuk to tell you that she's forced and therefore she's potter? If for the first thing it said in the pasuk is l'naira le'sasa davar. So what does the Torah have to tell you? Just like a reitzeach, we already said l'naira le'sasa davar. It's not her fault. So harei zabal lamed v'nimtzal lamed. It goes the other way around. Makash reitzeach l'naira merasa. Learning out it. The pasuk sounds like it's telling you we're learning out from a reitzeach to naira merasa, but really we're learning out from a naira merasa to reitzeach. Mana merasa nitin latil benafsha for reitzeach nitin lahatzila benafsha. But naira merasa gufa minalan. Now naira merasa itself, where do we know that you can kill a pursuer? The Tan Rebbe Yishmael, the Ein Mashiach, that she has no one to save her. Yesh Mashiach b'chol davar she'echalei. Since the Torah says that she didn't have anyone to save her, it's mashma. If there was someone to save her, he could use whatever means necessary, even the person even if you have to kill the person who was chasing her. Gufa minayin l'reis chaver shu tevei benar chayi garasa. Listen, boy, and love. Where do we know that there's a chiyuv hatzala, that if you see someone in distress, that his life is in danger, you have to save him? That's what he said. You said it from leisamed al dam reyecha. Is that we learn it out? Mehasam nafka, learn it out from a different pasuk. Avedas gufa minayin. The Brisa says, where do we know that if someone's life is in danger, that you have to return it to him, you have to save him. That you have to return. There's a chiyuv hashav on a person's life. If his life is about to be lost, you have to save it. So that's where the chiyuv hatzalah comes from. If I would have said if it come from there, I would have thought it's only that he has a chiyuv to do it if he could save him himself. The chiyuv of Hashavas Aveda does not extend that you have to go hire people to be Meshav and Aveda. So maybe when it comes to saving a person, there's no chiyuv to spend money to save a person's life. Kamash Malon, that no, there is a chiyuv to save him even by making the effort of hiring someone. Okay, it's late enough. Yeah, I'm sorry.
How do we know that you have to spend money and hire someone?
Yeah, to save someone's life.
Right, but what's the limit from
So the first limit we were saying from Hashivaisa that you have to. There's a you have to return his life to him. You have to save his life by, but that's a chiyuv hashav aveda.
Right.
That doesn't extend to hiring money to return something. But when we say lesamen al dam reyecha, that tells you can't stand by. You have to even do something. You have to go ahead and hire someone even to save someone. You have to dig into your pocket. From Shema, we said b'chol nafshecha b'chol meidecha. Once you already said b'chol nafshecha, what do you have to say b'chol meidecha with all your money? Some people, it's harder to spend money than it is to give of themselves, to give their life up. Okay, shkoyach.
Okay, shkoyach.
We'll see you tomorrow at 10 to 8, Be'ez Hashem.
10 to 8, okay, shkoyach.